all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News, which is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Morton Loop in Adabraka, Accra. The news is also live across the globe on citinewsroom.com, Citi 97.3 FM on Facebook, and CityTube on YouTube. I'm Wilma Obubisa Coleman.
And I am Caleb Kuda.
Coming up over the next 1 hour, Minority in Parliament reaches consensus with Ghana Police Service on modalities for the intended protest at the premises of the Bank of Ghana.
We concluded the meeting that we will go through the route that we have proposed. And so everything is set for our protest, which will be joined by thousands of Ghanaians.
Also coming up, 7 political parties have expressed dissatisfaction with the Electoral Commission's decision to limit upcoming voter registration exercise to its district offices. We'll pick thoughts from the Center for Democratic Development on the issue. Still ahead, onion traders in Sunyani bemoan incurring losses following border closures due to the political instability in Niger. And later, residents of Agboba Causeway in the Ga East municipality initiate efforts to fix the deplorable roads in the area following lack of response from government.
We sent a lot of reports and all those things. Nothing has been done. So that's why we decided to do it our own.
Stay tuned as we bring you details of all that and more on the Citi Prime News, which is also live on a number of affiliates across the country. In the Western region, you're listening to Adrimpa 100.7 FM in Takwa and Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade. In the Bono region, we are on Green and 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, you're listening to us on Adrimpa 99.9 FM in Carrier. In the Volta region, we are live on Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoe and Freedom 88.1 FM in Sogakope. In the northern region, this is Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba. In the Upper East, you're listening to us on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. And in the northeast region, we are on Nobia 98.1 FM in Nalerigu.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
We'll settle for the details of our stories. Many thanks for your time. And now the minority in Parliament has announced that says it has come to an agreement with the police regarding the procedures for its planned protest at the Bank of Ghana head office on September 5, 2023. The minority has given a 21-day ultimatum for the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, and his deputies to step down, citing concerns about the central bank's handling of the 60 billion Ghana cedis losses reported in its 2022 financial statement. Following a closed-door meeting with the police at the Greater Accra Regional Police Headquarters, Deputy Minority Leader Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa stated that preparations are in place for the demonstration against the Bank of Ghana's management.
As law-abiding citizens, we wrote to the police service to inform them about our intention to protest on the 5th of September. We provided them a detailed route of the path that we will go through during that protest. We were invited by the Ghana Police Service this morning at 10 a.m. I'm happy to inform you that we're here on time. Came with my colleagues, members of parliament. We were joined by civil society organizations, Arise Ghana, and our comrade Bernard Mona. We were received warmly by the police service. We were engaged in very constructive discussions on the planned protest. I am very happy to inform you that the engagement was very cordial. The police service made some proposals to us, and we also insisted on our proposals. in terms of the route we have. We concluded the meeting that we will go through the route that we have proposed. And so everything is set for our protest, which will be joined by thousands of Ghanaians to express our revulsion at the ugly and corrupt activities that has impoverished the people of Ghana. And this will happen on the 5th of September.
You heard the Deputy Minority Leader, Emmanuel Amakofibua. Meanwhile, convener for Pressure Group Arise Ghana, Bernard Mona, has stressed the need for the Governor of the Bank of Ghana and his deputies to resign.
Central Bank, which is supposed to be the lender of last resort, has run itself insolvent. By that, it means that when commercial and other development banks are in liquidity crisis, they cannot rely on the central bank for any salvation. What that also means to us ordinary citizens is that any one of us who have any penny in any bank means that at any day there can be some difficulties for you. Because if the bank, assuming today there is a mad rush at any of our commercial banks, and that means that they will not be able to meet their liquidity obligations. Their last option will be to go to the central bank for redemption. Here we have a Bank of Ghana that is already running at a loss and it's in debt. That insolvency state put all of us and our resources at risk. And so if you think that you are not affected by the happenings at the Bank of Ghana, just imagine a day you get to the bank and the bank cannot provide you what you want.
You had convener for Pressure Group Arise Ghana, Bernard Mona. Now, 7 political parties, including the Convention People's Party, have voiced their dissatisfaction with the Electoral Commission's decision to limit the upcoming voter registration exercise to its district offices. These parties argue that such a decision could potentially disenfranchise a significant number of eligible voters. They have called on organizations such as the Coalition of Domestic Elections Observers, CODEO, to make their voices heard on the issue. Joining us on the line is a member of CODEO and the program's manager at the Center for Democratic Development to pick his views on the call by the parties. Thank you so much for joining us on the line, Mr. Mensah. Now, do you agree with the demands for more centers to be added to the registration exercise?
Good afternoon, my sister. Let me say very good afternoon to our friends. Yes, it's a call that CODEO and Citi Ghana have made. And if I should take you back to the brain behind conducting elections in very delimited local areas close to the doorsteps of the people, is to go by the standard that no citizens is deprived of the rights of taking part in the electoral activity at a cost or at a fee. That can also serve as a deprivation of the poor to partake in the electoral activities. So we initially proposed that the Electoral Commission should try and do the registration, even though they can use the district offices, but also establish centers in remote areas where it will demand that people will have to travel long hours or very long distances before they get to the registration centers to do that, so that it does not serve as a hindrance for most of the people, especially the poor in the rural communities, to get access to the registration centers.
Now, is the Electoral Commission obliged to implement decisions agreed on at IPAC meetings?
Not at all. Not at all. I have a different opinion listening to my sister, Nanaya Jantua, last 3 days on television, giving ultimatum, 4 days ultimatum to the Electoral Commission to heed to their demand. You know, the Constitution establishes the Electoral Commission as an independent body that has the mandate to manage elections in the country. It's the Electoral Commission's own wisdom. During the first commission members, Dr. Farijan, Mr. Adenze Kanga, that they established the Inter-Party Advisory Committee. So it's just an advisory body as a platform that they can use to sort out any conflicting issues. They can use to deliberate on the Electoral Commission's activities before it comes to public. So it was not established to be a legal body that will take decisions and enforce the Electoral Commission to implement its decision. When it happens that way, then we are flouting the mandate of the Electoral Commission, who seeks to be independent. Then the political parties will impose their will on the Electoral Commission. Don't also forget that political parties in Ghana do not represent the entire population of the country. There are people in the country that do not belong to any political party. So if political parties alone go to take decisions, and so let's take it that the Electoral Commission is being obliged to accept the decision of the political parties, what happens to the majority of people who do not belong to active political parties? So I don't want, in order not to flout the mandate of the Electoral Commission, and also the fact that political parties are not representative of the entire population, I don't buy to the idea that the IPAC should be institutionalized and should have a legal backing to take decisions and enjoin the Electoral Commission be enjoined to implement its decisions.
Right now, and what would you think the Electoral Commission must do to end the trust of all political parties as elections approach?
Sure. So it's gaining trust and confidence of the electorate, not only the political parties, even though political parties are major players in elections, it's continuous engagement with the public. One step is the engagement with the political parties and also doing the press conference as the Electoral Commission did. But the Electoral Commission must also activate its program that it initiated around the 2020 elections, let the citizens know, using its social media handles and all activating all its communication channels so that we don't get diluted information always from IPAC meeting from political parties.
Well, thank you so much for your thoughts this afternoon. You heard a member of CODEO and programs manager at the Center for Democratic Development, Paul Abrampa Mensah there.
Now, a distressing case has captured the attention of the people of Wa in the Upper West region, where a 35-year-old man allegedly defiled 12 children. 4 of these children have now been confirmed to have suffered significant abuse. These disturbing details emerged during the ongoing trial as a medical officer from the Wa Municipal Hospital testified on Tuesday. City News' correspondent Latif Mahama has been following proceedings closely and brings us this report.
Inside the Wa Circuit Court, 2 dockets containing charges related to 4 of the alleged 12 victims were called on Monday. Rashid Ahmed, a 35-year-old facing charges of defilement and attempted defilement, stood trial as the proceedings unfolded. Before the trial began, the accused was asked whether he had legal representation. His response raised eyebrows as a family member explained that despite their intentions, they were unable to secure legal counsel for him. Leading the prosecution is Saeed Abdul Shakur, a principal state attorney. The courtroom was then introduced to a medical doctor from the Wa Municipal Hospital who had conducted examinations on the underage victims. Dr. Al-Hassan Muhammad Mubarak took the stand and revealed shocking details. He confirmed that 4 of the children, aged between 11 and 13, had suffered multiple sexual penetrations and had lost their hymens. Dr. Mubarak further explained that 3 of the girls had confirmed their last instances of sexual encounter to be made this year. Shockingly, 1 victim was unable to accurately recount the number of her encounters. When cross-examined, the accused, Ahmed Rashid, denied any involvement in the alleged offenses, maintaining his innocence.
We have finished with the victims. They've all testified in camera. Now we are back to the open court to continue with the trial. So we brought in the medical doctor to come and testify in plain terms, to explain what he saw and the medical report he wrote, to tender it in evidence and then to talk about it. And that's what he did.
So what were some of the issues that came up?
Well, he was able to establish that the girls were sexually active. He also established that the girl told him what happened, the number of times some of them had sexual intercourse with their assailant. Some mentioned 6 times, others 4 times, others 5 times, some lost count of the number of times they've had sexual intercourse with the person. And that's what we just did today, to bring in the doctor to come and testify on the medical report. Once that is done, I think we are left with one witness to go. If we bring in our investigator, we would have finished our case.
A key piece was, however, missing from Tuesday's proceedings. A police investigator expected to testify was notably absent.
I'll close my case on Friday, but for the absence of the investigator, I would have closed my case. But the investigator lost his dad and is gone for the funeral. He'll be back on Thursday. That is why I said Friday. So on Friday, if I put him in the box after him, I would have been done with it.
The trial is set to continue on Wednesday, as doctors are anticipated to provide further testimony on the medical examinations conducted on the remaining 7 girls. In a tragic turn of events, it has come to light that one of the victims has passed away, adding to the gravity of the situation. The testimony of the medical doctor in court today forms part of the witnesses state prosecutors are depending on to prosecute Ahmed Rashid, who is standing trial in the court for defilement and attempted defilement. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Latif Mahama. Wa.
A very distressing story there, Wilma.
Very unfortunate. And we have over the phone lines Latif Mahama, who is in court today on the same issue, to give us an update of what's happening in court today. Latif, many thanks for your time. Give us a detailed report on what's happening in court today.
Well, good afternoon to our listeners. This morning at about 9 a.m., court started sitting. Just a short while ago, the case involving Ahmed Rashid and the girls that he is alleged to have defiled has just been called. Before I stepped out, the medical officer from the Wa Municipal Hospital has just been called to the docket to testify his findings as far as his investigations about the entire case is concerned. So I must say that the accused person is in court this morning. A medical officer has just also been called to testify. What is, however, absent is the usual euphoria from the town. If you have been following this story, is one issue that is of great interest to residents within the Wa municipality. But today, the numbers are just few, except that some friends of the accused person are also trooping in. But we are not seeing the numbers are witnessed since the case started. But I must say that the case is in progress, and I guess it will soon over. From the Attorney General's Department, they are expecting to take testimony from the doctor with regards to 3 more people. Remember, yesterday, 4 of the girls, the doctor testified his examination on 4 of the girls, and he's expected to do 3 more. According to my sources at the Attorney General's Department, they will be doing testimony from the medical officer today, and that by Friday they will be taking testimonies from as a prosecutor from the Upper West Regional CID, and that is where they will be closing their case with the court. But as I said earlier, it is not as usual in terms of the crowd that appeared here in this morning to witness the case.
Oh, thank you so much for that update. That was our Upper West Regional Correspondent Latif Mahama giving us details of the Wa defilement case, and the in court. We'll get back to him after court proceedings to get more on that. Caleb will give us some other stories.
Now, education think tank Africa Education Watch is calling on the Minister of Education to give clarity on his decision to scrap some courses for senior high school science students. The Education Minister, Dr. Yao Seydouchum, announced some structural reforms within the education sector, hinting that science students in senior high schools will no longer study general science and core mathematics. He says, alternatively, they will study French, robotics, and coding. He argues that the reform is to allow science students to have fundamental knowledge in engineering, but Divine, who is the who is with the Africa Education Watch, says before the implementation of the reforms, there must be a stakeholder engagement.
New to all of us, we are just hearing it from him. I just want to believe that this is the ideation stage of the policy, not that the policy has already been finding indirect way to communicate to us. And therefore, if it is ideation stage and not consultation we have done when it comes to the consultation stage. So for now, I want to be able to pass the judgment as to whether it's a good policy or not, because that has policy document to be able to go into to understand the pros and cons of whatever. However, just hearing that science should not be done, we appreciate the of robotic and other engineering-related programs, but of course we can't underscore the programs of science programs as well. So questions will be asked by what of the science program are we going to abandon them? Are we not going to do them at all? So for me, it is early day yet. We need to get to the point to get clarity on what the policy speaks to do and what will happen to the science program if the students will not be offering science program, but rather robotic and other engineering program just.
Divine is a fellow with the Africa Education Watch.
You're still listening to the Citi Prime News live from our studios at Adabraka in Accra. Still ahead in the bulletin, Electricity Company of Ghana honors promises to all independent power producers. We'll bring you details of that and others shortly. Do stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
The grand finale of the Literacy Challenge 2023 is here. Congratulations to our top 10 finalists. But the big question is, who out of our top 10 wins the ultimate prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis, a trophy, 6-month supply of Ribby Crunchy biscuits, and the bragging rights as the Literacy Challenge winner for 2023. Support your favorite student and let's promote literacy in Ghana. Tune in live to Citi TV for the grand finale on Saturday, 7th October 2023. Call 0558-973-973 for inquiries. The Literacy Challenge 2023 is powered by Citi TV, supported by 97.3 Citi FM, and is sponsored by the Ghana National Gas Company, Ribby Crunchy Biscuits by M4 Foods, SIC Insurance PLC, Perspectives Ghana Limited, Dex Technology, Alive Soap, and Fortune Rice.
The This is Ghana Exhibition 2023 is drawing closer and closer. Come and experience the biggest 2-day trade fair and exhibition for local SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing industries, homegrown businesses, and indigenous corporate bodies Ghana has ever seen. Citi TV and Citi FM will allow you to immerse yourself in a vibrant showcase of authentic Ghanaian products and services at the biggest trade fair and exhibition. Join us as we promote, support, and patronize various Ghanaian products, solutions, and services from innovative agricultural practices, renewable energy solutions, manufacturing industries, and the ingenuity and resourcefulness of Ghanaian entrepreneurs. It's this weekend, 26th and 27th of August 2023 at 10 a.m. each day through till 5 p.m. It's going to be at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. And if you're just hearing this, call us now on 0205-973-973 for inquiries on how to participate. The This is Ghana exhibition is powered by Citi TV and Citi FM and proudly sponsored by MTN Mobile, Nalo Solutions, Pan-African Savings and Loans, SMV Ghana, and EK Brand Consult.
Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV. Citi TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. Citi TV, it's your world.
The This is Ghana Exhibition 2023 is drawing closer and closer. Come and experience the biggest two-day trade fair and exhibition for local SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing industries, homegrown businesses, and indigenous corporate bodies Ghana has ever seen. Citi TV and Citi FM will allow you to immerse yourself in a vibrant showcase of authentic Ghanaian products and services at the biggest trade fair and exhibition. Join us as we promote, support, and patronize various Ghanaian products, solutions, and services from innovative agricultural practices, renewable energy solutions, manufacturing industries, and the ingenuity and resourcefulness of Ghanaian entrepreneurs. It's this weekend, 26th and 27th of August 2023 at 10 a.m. each day through till 5 p.m. It's going to be at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. And if you're just hearing this, call us now on 0205-973-973 for inquiries on how to participate. The This is Ghana exhibition is powered by Citi TV and Citi FM and proudly sponsored by MTN Mobile, Nalo Solutions, Pan-African Savings and Loans, SMV Ghana, and EK Brand Consult.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has inaugurated Phase 2 of Tamale International Airport on Tuesday. As the country's second largest airport, this commissioning is expected to enhance aviation industry activities. During the ceremony, the Vice President stated the positive impact on the region and Ghana as a whole. There's more in this report filed by our Northern Regional Correspondent Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira and read by Charles Owusukumi.
Tamale Airport ranks as Ghana's third busiest after Kotoka and Kumasi airports. Originally established during World War II for military use, the airport's importance led to plans for its expansion. Despite interruptions due to political changes in 1966, modifications were made for civilian operations. Work began in September 2014 to upgrade Tamale Airport to international status, divided into two phases. Phase 1 involved extending the runway from 2,438 meters to 3,400 meters, constructing a new apron and taxi link, rehabilitating the existing apron and installing aeronautical ground lighting systems. Phase 2, initiated in August 2019, comprised expanding the airport terminal building with features like VIP lounge, 2 boarding gates, self-service check-in kiosks, check-in desks, airline offices, commercial retail areas, and a multi-purpose terminal for Hajj travel facilitation. The expansion also included a 5-kilometer road network and other supporting structures. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia expressed gratitude to the project's funders at the commissioning, highlighting its alignment with the government vision to boost the aviation industry, aiming to make Ghana a West African aviation hub.
The Tamale International Airport will serve as an alternative to the Kotoka International Airport. The northern region, as you may well know, is noted for its vibrancy in agricultural and economic activities. Above all, it is endowed with rich tradition and culture. The location of the airport within the Sahelian belt, also referred to as the food basket of Ghana, is expected to enhance access to market for local agriculture produce, enhance tourism, and attract passengers from neighboring countries.
Additionally, the project is anticipated to stimulate economic activities with an estimated capacity of around 250,000 passengers, offering an alternative to Kotoka International Airport. The Vice President further highlighted some of the benefits of the project, especially how it will support the activities of the Northern Development Authority.
Indeed, the government intends to use Tamale International Airport to support programs of the Northern Development Authority of Ghana to harness fresh agricultural produce for export to other parts of the world and to generate employment and create wealth in this geographical zone. The boost in agriculture would be leveraged to support the development of agro-based industries in northern Ghana and this is in line with the widely acknowledged and well-founded government's one district, one factory policy.
Transport Minister Kweku Ofori-Asiamah praised the project, emphasizing its role in enhancing aviation transport.
With an enhanced capacity and streamlined processes, I have no doubt that the airport can efficiently cater for the growing number of passengers and ensures seamless travel experiences. Your Excellency, it will boost economic activities, facilitate air connectivity toward other regions, as well as promote trade and ecotourism.
British High Commissioner to Ghana, Harriet Thompson, praised the project's potential to boost tourism.
The thing that I love about this project is the potential that it brings to open up the north, to open up tourism to this wonderfully rich region, to open up agriculture, not just the production but the processing, and to get that processed food out across the world.
Overlord of Dagbon, Yana Abubakar Muhammad II, commenced the project on behalf of the region's chiefs and residents, urging the government to create irrigation dams to support agriculture. He pledged the region's commitment to maintaining the project.
To promote the export of fresh vegetables and other food products, I wish to appeal to government to embark on the development of irrigation dams in the region. The people of Ghana are also hopeful that the maintenance, repair, and overhaul facility within the hangar will serve as a regional aircraft maintenance hub to attract airline operators within West Africa to use the airport for maintenance and servicing activities.
The report was filed by our Northern Regional correspondent Mohammed Emalabira and read by Charles Owusu Kumi. Now, Caleb, you have visited the new Tamale International Airport. Tell us what it's like.
Oh, I mean, it's quite unlike the old one. I mean, if you get to the old site, it's a very old structure built during the Nkrumah era. It houses the military aviation side, so it was more military stuff, now made civil. It's going to be dedicated now to military stuff. The runway this time is much, much longer than the old one. The carousel, so this new terminal, the phase 2 terminal, has a carousel. The old one doesn't have the carousel. The carousel is what pushes your luggage around when you get to the airport. The old one, you just have your luggage picked from the aircraft and put on trucks. You see the trucks they used to fetch 4 gallon. Yes. But this time around it's on a carousel, so chances that your luggage will go missing is very, very low. And this time, because the apron is much bigger, where the planes are parked is much, much bigger, chances are, in fact, we've picked that more domestic airlines are competing to fly there, which will mean that from some analysts, fares may come down because there'll be some competition introduced there. The facility is new, so it's generally very clean, much better. You go in there, there's a self-check-in, so you can check in yourself, just wait. The boarding pass, there are about 2 gates. And then there are commercial centers where people are selling, so also creating business. If you go there, more taxi drivers have moved from the old to the new side because it's much more spacious. So it's creating jobs around the local economy, and it's obviously going to open up the northern side of the region, of the country, to more businesses. So it's an exciting development that has come up there.
Well, that's good to hear. We won't say thank you to government for that. Caleb, what other stories are there?
Well, let's leave Tamale and let's come to the Katamanso area, because the residents of Sebripo in that area have raised serious security concerns after the Tema Regional Police Command uncovered a suspected human trafficking syndicate believed to be of Nigerian origin. This alarming incident has left the local community anxious and worried about their safety. The residents are urging authorities to swiftly address the situation and take necessary action to ensure the safety and security of the area. Citi News' Fauzu Masaudu has compiled the following report, read by Charles Ozukumi.
Responding to complaints from concerned residents, a collaborative effort by the police and military led to the apprehension of individuals believed to be part of the alleged syndicate. The police intervention resulted in the rescue of 12 West African nationals held against their will and the recovery of 15 laptops suspected to be linked to cybercrime activities that the victims were forced to engage in. Assembly member Prince Jacob Ajavo provided Citi News with insight into the incident.
Last Sunday, after church, 2 ladies came to my house to complain that they saw, because these women live behind the house in question, they saw a young man through the window waving at them. And the signs he was making meant that he was in some kind of distress. So he wanted an assistance. So we quickly called the police. And they came. When they entered the house, they noticed there were 12 young men in a certain room with a lot of laptops. So after which the Commander Afinia himself was called and he came down. By that time, the crowd began to gather in numbers because news was that some Ghanaians had been kidnapped and being kept there. Okay. So upon a thorough investigation with the police, in fact, later, some military officers joined us. We went inside and there was no Ghanaian in there.
Residents are grappling with fear due to the escalating insecurity, urging swift action to address the unsettling situation.
Does the issue and those that you have recounted put some fear in you as a resident of this place?
Yeah, it put a fear in us in the area because we don't know, somebody can bang into your house, can kidnap you. What is going on in most of the African countries now is very serious. What is going most in the African countries is very serious. Now you cannot be walking alone. Somebody can show you a gun or what he can show you. We don't know the person. We don't know the person. So what is going on in Ghana now? We are begging the security to help us.
Ethel Apia, a Sebreport resident for 5 years, echoes similar concerns.
When I saw the guys, I was like, hey, where from them? Like, where are their parents? Where did they come from and all that? It came to me, I was like, hey, I also have kids, so what if my kids have been there? How would I have felt? Yeah, I really felt bad. The security, it's bad.
So what's the security like in this area?
Okay, we usually have people taking our bags and all that, but I don't know whether they are Nigerians. There might be people who are also like in the area who have been doing that, but the area is not really safe. We always get people snatching our bags and all that. We've never witnessed this before. This is our first time witnessing such an incident.
In response, Assembly member Prince Jacob Ajavo outlines his plans to enhance security in the area through the implementation of a community watchdog system and other effective mechanisms.
If I am a landlord, a lady, I'm getting a tenant like a Nigerian or from West African sub-region, I need to know what he or she does. I need to make sure I've seen his or her passport and his work permit to be sure that everything that happens, I can easily get him or her arrested. But if it's a person walking around, so I need a room, and because the money is given to him or her, then you can see that you are putting yourself in danger as a landlord, landlady. So I've said that at our next landlord lady association meeting, we'll be discussing the issue. Then once in a while, we get a police patrol team to come around town.
That report was filed by Citi News' Fauzu Masaudu and read by Charles Owuzukumi.
The Member of Parliament for Asin North, James Jachikwason, says he is not scared of going to jail if found guilty of the charges against him. The MP is currently in court over forgery and perjury charges. The state is going after him on charges of deceit of public officer contrary to Section 251B, of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, forgery of passport or travel certificate, contrary to Section 15(1)(b) of Passport and Travel Certificates Act 1967 NLCD 155, and knowingly making a false statutory declaration in contravention of the Statutory Declarations Act 1971 Act 389. In an interview on face-to-face on Citi TV, Mr. Kwesi says he believes in the justice system and that he will be cleared of all charges.
From 2009 till the time I became just solely Ghanaian, I was traveling from Canada to Ghana without a visa, which means the Ghanaian authorities even recognizes me as a dual citizen person. So how can that same person be applying or renewing their passport and say, I don't have any other nationality? Doesn't make sense. Unless they also don't check their own record. You should have a file there before you apply for dual citizenship. They make copies of your Ghanaian passport, copies of your Canadian. You have to have two passports. Otherwise, you can't apply for dual citizenship. And then they give you a certificate. So when I'm traveling from here to Canada, I put that certificate in any of the passport. You don't need a visa from here to go. When I'm coming from there, I put the same certificate on it. Because mind you, citizens of Ghana, Canada, coming to Ghana requires visa.
But you don't.
James Kwesi never required visa from 2009.
So you don't fear
Not
you
at
go
all.
to jail?
Not at all. No.
You're sure you'd come out victorious?
My strongest conviction is that this is just a matter of time. And that, when you believe you've done the right thing, you shouldn't be afraid.
You had the Member of Parliament for Assin North, James Jachi Kwesi.
City News has gathered that the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, has fulfilled its commitment to settle debts owed to independent power producers IPPs for the months of June and July. This comes after initial concerns raised by the power generation companies. The IPPs have reportedly received the second payment for their current bills from June directly from the ECG. The Chamber of Independent Power Producers, which have threatened nationwide power cuts due to the outstanding debts, decided to suspend the action following what they termed as productive discussions with the ECG. The IPPs had been advocating for a 30% interim payment of debts, which have amassed to over $2 billion. While the IPPs have now received invoices for the outstanding debts, the ECG has assured its commitment to continuing the payments in future.
You're listening to the Citi Prime News live from our studios at Adabraka in Accra. Still to come in the bulletin, residents of Agbogba Causeway in the Ghana East Municipality, they have initiated efforts to fix the deplorable roads in the area following lack of response from government. We'll bring you details of that story and others shortly. Do stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Happy birthday to you. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Throughout all life-changing moments such as graduations, weddings, funerals, birthdays, ATL is there to ensure you're never out of style. When you think fabric, think ATL. Log on to atlfabrics.com. Order and buy your favorite ATL fabric. You can also visit our shop at number 40 Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, opposite the Swansea Shopping Arcade at Accra Central. Also available in leading fabric dealer shops in Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast. ATL, bringing fabric to life.
Jehovah, you say it.
Ultimate Charismatic Center presents Apostolic and Prophetic Invasion with Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant, Reverend Eastwood Anaba, and your host, Prophet Akwesi Ajimai Prempe. Date 20th August to 3rd September. Morning sessions start at 9 a.m. Evening sessions start at 6 p.m. Venue, Ohima Plaza, East Legon. For more information, call 0207 053 165 or visit www.prophetprempe.org. Ultimate Charismatic Center, Arena of Prophecy, Center of Manifestations.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. update you on all the running stories, and connect you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for staying with us. You're welcome back. Now, exasperated by the lack of response from the government to address the deteriorating condition of their roads, residents of Agboba Causeway in the Ga East municipality have initiated their own efforts to tackle the problem. Taking matters into their own hands, community members have embarked on a self-driven road improvement project to alleviate the dire state of the road. Citi News' Christopher Kevin Esima visited the area to gather more information and has filed this report read by Edna Boachi.
The initiative is being led by the Causeway Down Residents Association, aiming to revitalize the Agboba Causeway Down Road, which has fallen into disrepair. This road, part of the ECOWAS network, connects motorists from Pokwase to the motorway. However, it has not undergone significant renovations in recent years, leaving residents and road users dissatisfied. Funding for the road improvement project was secured through contributions from association members. The plan is to rehabilitate the road sections from the Happy Home Junction to the Causeway Down taxi rank and further to the Academic City College. Residents have taken this step out of necessity, as their attempts to engage the local government for road repairs have yielded no positive outcomes. Some residents expressed discontent and disillusionment with government's inability to prompt necessary actions from contractors for road repairs.
I have been in this area for over 20 years, and things have been getting worse and worse and worse, and especially when we get to the rainy season. Actually, all the cars we have about 3 cars, all the shocks have gone bad. And you know what? We complained to the Ga East Municipal Assembly, and they told us that this road is an ECOWAS road, and therefore we need the government or whatever to come and construct. Meanwhile, every day we sweep in water, and it destroys all the vehicles that are applied on this road. In fact, and this road especially serves people from beyond Kwabenya and its environs. When you see the Hacho Road, you can see that there is so much traffic. So this is the only road, and you see the tippers passing here and there. This that we have done, I'm sure that it will not be long. The tipper tracks, because they pass through, it would get destroyed. We have pleaded with the assembly, and it's like they can't do anything, waiting for ECOWAS construction to begin, and we don't know when. Oh, people are paying voluntarily. However, because where we have reached, we can't say pay 1,000 or pay, so whatever you get. And we have gathered over, like my brother said, about 30,000. And even we still need more, because more work has to go through before you even get to the main junction. Yeah, we need more funds. Actually, this bridge, as for this, we need to tackle here. In fact, you can see we have laid some blocks over there, at least to block this side of the river when it overflows. But from the main junction to the Academic City is our main problem now. We need to fix the road. The road is so bad, anything. But I'm telling you, if you stand here in the morning, you see the big Land Cruisers and things that are plying this road, you'll be surprised. It's a main road which stretches to Pokwase and stretches down to Tema. It has been...
The road is very bad, as we all know. And then, as you can see, I'm a resident chairman. So I mobilize the residents that we can't wait for government to come and fix our road for us. So at least we have to do it to be more trouble for cars to be passing through. When they are talking about ECOWAS road, I don't understand. The reason being is that from Pokwase to Tema, Ashiaman is the same road, 200 feet road. But looking at Agboba police station to Boche, they have done one side of the road. And they can do the same thing. I myself with the residents, we have went to the council. We reported this issue to them, that our road is very bad. So they have to come and then do something of it. But we sent a lot of reports and all those things. Nothing has been done. So that's why we decided to do it our own. Yeah. We have sent it to the assemblyman through the council. We have gone to the council ourselves. The assemblyman, when we talked to him, he said this is an ECOWAS road and he cannot do anything unless the government have to come and do. And it's true. We have let him know. And then we went to the assembly as well, the MCE, and then the engineer over there. They even came here right now. They said last year, the deputy minister came and do some inspection here. And we are still waiting for them. But we cannot wait for them. We have to come and do our own thing to save our cars.
Vice President of the Causeway Down Residents Association emphasized their stance against the local assembly collecting property rates as long as their concerns are not addressed.
For the past 2 weeks, we've been contributing money and we were able to get about 15 trips of stones. So it's just this morning that we're able to get a payloader and this, how do you call, low loader here. And they came and we started working from 5:30 just to get this place in order because, you know, our cars are in bad shapes now. And you just look at it, spare parts are very expensive. So this is what we have done the whole day. And at least I think the people passing are okay with it now. And we're still going to continue to do something about it. But all that I want to tell the government is they shouldn't come to our neighborhood coming to collect property tax because we won't pay. We are not going to pay. Going to the assembly and we asked them they should just help us with their grader. They said all the machines are not working. You know, how can you be sitting down having machines that are not working? How serious are you? You are not serious. Where I come from, I live in Canada, right? All these people will be fired by now. You have a grader sitting down that you tell us that it's not working. Who is supposed to take care of that? And why are you in the office?
The Ghana East Municipal Assembly, responding to the residents' concerns, stated that the assembly was not given prior notice of the intended action by the residents, making it difficult to readily provide assistance. The municipal chief executive for the Ghana East Municipality, Elizabeth Kakiman, mentioned that her office would collaborate with residents to complete the reshaping of the road section they are working on.
We have been supporting residents' associations within the municipality, and we draw a plan because some people have bought maybe gravels for some time. So as and when they put in a request, that is when we also gather resources and then we go and then we do the reshaping for them. So it is not true that we deny them. We have not done that before. And so we have a plan where we've put in some sort of first come, first serve, because we have several residents associations. We will go and support Causeway Down because we already have it in our plan. From Ade Klebi, we are going to Causeway, Teman, Pure Water, and Boy, Akpoma. So it is something that Assembly has plans for, and so we have not neglected them. Tomorrow we'll be there to support them to finish the whole stretch.
The report was filed by Citi News' Christopher Kevin Asima and read by Edna Boach. Meanwhile, the Causeway Down Residents Association say they are yet to hear from the Ghana East Municipal Assembly after the Assembly indicated it will join them in their bid to fix the road. The vice chairman of the association, Edward Nanado, says they would continue to do their part while calling for more support from stakeholders.
I've been here since 5:30 in the morning and nobody's been here. So, we are doing our own thing. If they come, it's okay. If they don't come, we're still doing it, making sure that we save our cars. That's it. Today, we don't have enough stones, so we are using labor to do that. Right now, we just bought another 3 trees of sand from the money that people donated to us, those passerbys. And we have guys here working on it, using it to fill the potholes.
You heard the vice chairman of the Causeway Down Residents Association, Edward Nana Adu.
Now, some onion traders at the Sunyani Central Market in the Bono region have expressed, worry over the continuous price hikes resulting from the inability of haulage trucks to convey the vegetable from Niger through Burkina Faso to Ghana. The traders lament the closure of the borders, which is due to the coup in Niger. Now, a security analyst, Emmanuel Kutin, is urging Ghana security agencies to establish collaborations with foreign counterparts to combat the issue of human trafficking. His recommendations come in response to a recent operation by the Ghana Police Service and the military that led to the arrest of some individuals from 4 West African countries involved in human trafficking. During the operation in Kpong, approximately 12 trafficked individuals were rescued. This surge in human trafficking incidents, including a recent case in the Ashanti region, highlights the need for a coordinated response. Emmanuel Kuting tells Citi News that Ghana security agencies should work closely with neighboring countries to gather intelligence and prevent such threats.
Who would have thought
that the war in Ukraine will affect our productivity in terms of food security. Who would have thought that the war in Niger will affect many West African countries who doesn't produce some of the products in like onions, tomatoes? Ghana, for instance, will bring them from Burkina Faso and Niger. So if Niger is at war today, it means that we are not going to get such produce in our market. And that by itself is going to cause security threat to our own survival. When they put sanctions on Mali, to what effect did ECOWAS achieve? When they did that in Guinea, when they did that in Burkina Faso, they should know that our economy as a sub-region is so weak that any form of economic sanctions are going to have unintended consequences. And these are the unintended consequences we are speaking about. I'm sure tomatoes and onions will be short in our markets in the next few days if the stalemate in Niger is not resolved.
Mr. Coutin further believes making citizens a part of the process is a good step in addressing such illegal acts.
You see, it's a basic duty of care of every citizen to report any suspicious activity to the relevant agencies. And that is the Ghana Police Service and the Immigration Service. But what is the relationship between these agencies and the citizens? That is the tipping point. And like I mentioned, the country still tells everybody is minding his or her own business. The sense of citizenship is lost because of bad governance and citizens' disenchantment about not feeling, not being part of the process or not enjoying what is due them. That is one of the factors that is fueling some of these things.
Security analyst Emmanuel Coutin.
Now, with only 2 days remaining until Ghana's largest trade fair, the This Is Ghana exhibition, organized by Citi FM and Citi TV, exhibitors are eagerly preparing to display their indigenous products. The event, spanning 2 days, is set to take place on Saturday, August 26 and Sunday, August 27. Held at the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, the exhibition serves as a platform for local, small and medium enterprises, startups, homegrown businesses, innovative ventures and indigenous corporate entities to present their products and services to potential buyers and investors. Let's hear from producers of Nana's Rice and Suisse Soya on the expectations.
So we've actually been participants of the This Is Ghana exhibition since its inception in 2019 at the Aviation Social Center. And, we realized that it's an opportunity for us to showcase that we are doing our part in changing the narrative of, the local products are not that great. Let's buy the foreign products. We want to show Ghanaians through this exhibition that our products are of good quality. In fact, they are comparable to, if not even better than the foreign products. And, let's come and let's support our own. They should expect high energy because I know that my team will never disappoint. We're always excited when we go to fairs. They should also expect to engage with us. They should ask questions. They should really feel free. And they should understand that purchasing from us or supporting us means that they are supporting a smallholder farmer in Akuse, for example, where we are located. They are supporting, let's say like a distributor who has picked our rice, getting the word out there for us. It's not just so that we as a company will get money. It is so that the Ghanaian economy, through some of these various people, will grow.
Angela Barnes is General Manager of Agro Kings Limited, producers of Nana's Rice and Suisse Soya. Meanwhile, some producers of This Is Ghana exhibition shared the reasons behind their decision to support this year's event.
It just happened to be at the right time for us. We just finished a program about, I think it was this weekend, we wrapped up our pilot program for what we call the Empower Hair. And Empower Hair is an idea that we came up with, and the objective is really to jumpstart and spread the growth for female entrepreneurs. And so we started with the free sales training program. We did that for 6 weeks. We touched up 135 female entrepreneurs. The youngest was 12 years old. So that was beautiful to see. And they had all these amazing businesses, and it was nice to be a part of their story at this point. So that was fun.
Yes, well, last year, the SMEs that we supported to attend the fair, they saw remarkable results. A lot of them were sold out, within a short time. They had to send for more things to be brought in. The SMEs we support are in Ashanti and Western region. So you can imagine that they were sold out and they had to bring in more things. And it was really good for them. They also made very good contacts that they followed up on after the fair. And so we thought that this year as well, we should give more of them that opportunity to grow their businesses, expand out of their districts, and to showcase to Ghana that indeed we can do business well and we can protect our environment whilst doing business.
You had representatives from EK Brand Consult and SNV Ghana. This is Ghana exhibition is powered by Citi TV and Citi FM and proudly sponsored by MTN Momo, Nalu Solutions, Pan-African Savings and Loans, and SNV Ghana and EK Brand Consult. For more inquiries on this, please call 0205-973-973 to register. The number again, 0205-973-973 to register. And that's how we end today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios at Adabraka in Accra. For more news, you can log on to our website, citynewsroom.com. I'm Wilma Obuobi-Sakoman.
And I am Caleb Kuda.
Many thanks for doing the listening. Up next is the afternoon's edition of the Citi Business News. Do have a good afternoon.
Citi 97.3.